So here we are, part 2, back at this Prius 2012 that was low on refrigerant. After performing the recovery, oh, that's not the recovery, that's my other vacuum machine. But after performing the recovery procedure, I got 380 grams out of the system. This is a 520 gram system. Now, if you remember, go back to video 1, and if you remember looking at the pressures, we had roughly 34 and 140 on the high side. We got 139 right now. Okay, we come over to tech stream and the same thing. So from a low system to a high system, and let me get my camera and put my finger over. Let me focus this time because I noticed in my other video I didn't focus for you guys. Sorry about that. So if we look at so the ambient temperature sensor, we are actually up a few degrees now. Now we're at 78 degrees. And if you look at the evaporator fin temperature, we were just like before, 42 degrees. Target evaporator, 42 degrees. So we're basically right where we were before when we were low on refrigerant. Now we are filled with refrigerant and we have the exact same thing. So come down to compressor, target speed and everything like that, we're tracking. We're still tracking the same. We're still tracking, no difference. Okay. You see our pressures, our high side pressure and our low side pressure are the same on the low system that only had 380 grams, and here on the full system of 520 grams, the same pressures. The same duck dash temperature on a cool day. But yet the guy who fills up with the little cans or tops off and goes, oh, I'm going to fill it up until I get such and such pressure or such and such temperature out the dash. I'm sorry to say, but that's bullshit. And you go to any shop, and if they're topping off for you, run the other way. If you have somebody who doesn't actually completely removes all the refrigerant and weighs in the proper amount, not with cans, weighs in the proper amount of refrigerant, delete that shop out of your phone, go look for somebody else. These are the shops that help burn up compressors. And on Prius, it's not a cheap thing, and on the new Prius Prime, you're really gonna be crying. I won't even get into how much it's gonna cost you when you toast a Prius Prime compressor, or on a Tesla, or a Fisker, or any of the dual model systems. You're getting into $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. That's all I have to do. The proof is in the pudding. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. So we have Toyota's tech stream and my gauges both showing the same thing on numbers. And when it was low on refrigerant, they both showed the same thing on them, and it was cooling just fine. But the customer's complaint was when he would go out in the sun load or go out into somewhere hot, it would not cool. And that I was able to confirm. And as usual, you see I'm taking the temperature with a probe stuck down because it's going back 12 inches down into the opening just before it goes into the evaporator. I'll put a tag indicating that it has trace dye on here. I'll have the date on here. I'll have my work order number here so it could be traced later on if it goes to another shop and something, because I always get calls from other shops, because in the Bay Area, me, my two brothers, my cousin, it was my dad and uncle, and this whole Bay Area, we covered the entire Bay Area, even all the way up to Willits, so, which is 150 miles from here. Many shops know us, and so when they see one of our stickers and they want more information, they give us a call. Now, what I did neglect to do on this vehicle, I did not check the air filter. Let's see what surprises we have here. Holding the camera and doing this at the same time doesn't work out so well. Oh, this was maintenance. It is here at a shop. Oh, it's clean. Just a little bit of debris in there. Let me shake that out. And you don't have to sell a customer a new air cleaner when it's just a little dirty like this. shake it out if it's a little bit dirtier, not real dirty, but if it's just a little bit dirtier, go get the shop air blower. Do the customer a favor. Stop trying to make money off of unnecessary things. Save the customer money. Throw it back in there. You did your job, and button it up. But that's it for now. This just is another good indicator, the difference between a vehicle that's low on refrigerant and high on refrigerant. Not high, but properly charged. That the pressures could be exactly the same. The temperatures could be exactly the same. But yet that poor little compressor, when you put your hand out of it, when it was running at 380 psi, the compressor burned the hell out of your fingers when you touched the compressor. Now the compressor is full. And that's it for this one. It's longer than it should be. Oh, this is at standing rest. So I turned off, you seen I turned off the engine, and it's slowly bleeding down on the low side and slowly going up on the low side. That's it for now.